Hello and welcome back to Hallow, my island in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Today I am starting my very first neighborhood build of the island, so let's get started. So first I started with moving Kiki's house. I haven't actually changed her house in years. I have not changed the inside of her house since the 2.0 update came out. Her house was a Kiki's delivery service theme. It was Kiki's bedroom to be exact, and I really liked it. I actually didn't really want to change it, but I was like, it's been like this for so long now, I gotta change it up. I had to start off with some terraforming first to make sure her house would actually fit. I cannot wait for the 3.0 update. I complain about this in every terraforming video that I've done. I hate terraforming. I can't wait for that to be fixed. I decided to put some pods down just to get a general idea. This is what I tend to do with my builds. I end up putting pods down and then they always end up looking different by the end of it. I am very much a trust the process person. So yeah, that's what happened with the pods. I figured that out later on because one of the builds that I wanted to do needed more space. So I really did need to change it. Also because Freckles' house was in my way for half the time I was building this. I don't know why I didn't move her house first, but it's okay. I figured it out in the end. But yeah, so I put the pods on a diagonal at first. I did not enjoy that at all. I am really glad that I changed it. I think it still looks a little awkward, but I honestly don't really care at this point. I spent so long on this build, by the way. I spent 5.5 hours doing this, and there was more to it as well. Anyways, like I've been mentioning in my other building videos, I've been trying to use more furniture items that I don't typically use. And one of those things in this video was the manhole cover. I totally forgot that item existed. And then I saw people with Normcore islands using them and I was like, oh, I should probably start using those. So yeah, I'm really happy that I did that. I also downloaded some custom designs. I downloaded a postbox decoration, which you'll see soon. And I also downloaded those cement tiles, concrete tiles, and stairs. I wanted to put concrete around the villagers' homes. I don't know how to explain the thought behind it. I just think they look really cute. I feel like having just the tiles everywhere was just getting a little too busy. So I really wanted something gray to break it up. I have a terracotta pavement situation downloaded, but I don't think I'm gonna be using those that much. I, in fact, probably will be changing them out on the places that I have used them. I use them around Nook's Cranny and that. But I think I'm gonna change it to the cement because I think I like how it looks a little better. I also made many trips to Harv's Island, as per usual. I freaking love that you can talk to Cyrus. That one of the best things that came out of the 2.0 update, because my Nook's Cranny, I don't know what it is about my Nook's Cranny, but the game hates me for some reason and gives me all the ugly ass swatches. Tell me why the swatches that I got for the cute furniture is that ugly, bright ass blue color. Where did they think that was cute? Anyways, for Kiki's front garden, I want it because she's a normal villager. My island's very normcore. I was like, I need to give her a very normal front garden. Naturally, I gave her a clothesline and a trash can. I also gave her a bistro table. I really like the bistro table, one of my favorite items to use in a build. And yeah, I am really happy with Kiki's front garden. I'm happy with the whole build. Can I just say I'm really proud of myself. I feel like my building skills in Animal Crossing over the years have gotten a lot better. I really struggled when this game first came out. I still struggle. You already know I struggle. I complain about it every time I make one of these videos. I am getting better, slowly but surely, with years and years of practice now. So moving on to the next build, I just got it in my head that I wanted a post office. I miss Pelly, Phyllis, and Pete. I miss them so dearly. So I saw a TikTok, and it was little space filler builds that you can put on your island, and one of them was a post office. And so I set off to Pinterest to get a bunch of inspiration. Here is some inspiration for you guys. I really love how this build turned out. I also did a little loading dock where they load the mail van, basically. I don't know. It's the most simple furniture items too that I used for this build. I just used the fence. I used a bunch of cardboard boxes, crafted a bunch of cardboard boxes out of other cardboard boxes, boxes. Like it's just cardboard box essential. I also downloaded a custom design to put on cushions and I think the stacked bags item. I downloaded a Nookazon package design and I'm really happy about that. I personally have never used Nookazon, but I do use Amazon from time to time. So I love adding that little point of realism into my islands. I wanted to put a desk with just some like writing stuff because like where else are you gonna write your letters? I don't know what possessed me to use that box light, backlit light, I think it's called, in the welcome swatch, but I like it. I think it's cute. I think it adds to the build, adds some hominess to it. Welcome to my post office, you know? I really just started placing furniture items down. I really struggle to explain my build sometimes because I'm literally just putting a bunch of the same item down. But it's okay. Also, in Kiki's garden, I forgot to mention, on one of the stools, I gave her a little bag. Also, halfway through I was building, I noticed that I had a lily of the valley. I have 2 now, by the way, 2 have grown. I have a 5-star island. Completely by accident. I just stumbled across it while I was trying to get Scoot to move to my island. Story behind Scoot is I wanted him to move to my island because I need a jock villager and I wanted a swimming pool. And I just thought he was the perfect villager for that. And I had his amiibo card. The first thing that he asked me to craft him was a doghouse, which I thought was a strange choice, but I just love how you can interact with the doghouse. I think it's so funny. On the second day, because one day wasn't good enough, he wanted a simple DIY workbench. So I luckily had 2 of those already crafted, so I just gave him one because I'm not using them. I prefer the mini DIY workbench, personally. So I happily gave him that. And then on the 3rd day, he asked me to craft him an iron frame. And I didn't have the recipe for that. So he had to give it to me. Do you want to know how much it costs to make an iron frame? 20 fucking pieces of iron. Are you kidding me? All for a duck to move to my island. I'm just glad he didn't ask for anything made out of gold. But finally, the iron frame was enough to convince him to move to my island. He did unfortunately give me night vision goggles as a thank you for wasting 20 iron on him to get him to move to my island, but he lives on my island now. And I kicked that bitch Annalise off my island. I kicked her off my island so fast. I do unfortunately need a snooty villager now. I have a plan for that. Don't you worry. So you'll see that soon. I gave Annalise a very nice and kind goodbye and I left her and never saw her again. Anyways, I decided that Kiki didn't have enough furniture in her front garden. So I gave her a scooter and I think it's pronounced Chaflera. I absolutely love that plant, by the way. My favorite decorative plant in the game. I can't lie, like I am obsessed with that item. I've been putting them everywhere. I've literally ordered so many from Timmy and Tommy. When a girlie finds an item in Animal Crossing that she loves, okay, she's going to place said item absolutely everywhere. Also, they're great space fillers. Like, they're just great. They're just a great item. So moving on to Scoot's area, like I said, I wanted his house to be a pool. Well, the front garden, I wanted to be a pool. Inside his house, I made a sweaty locker/shower room. I wanted it to be that uncomfortable, gross, humid, steamy shower room vibe that a lot of public pools tend to have. And I feel like I did an okay job at capturing that. So I tried to move Scoot when he moved onto my island and Tom Nook didn't like that. Apparently it's rude to make someone up and move after they just settled in. So I time traveled and I eventually moved him. I also customized my pool to be blue and white. Like I said, I get all the ugly swatches. So for some reason, Nintendo thought it was a great idea to make a bright purple pool. Huh? And I unfortunately got that swatch. So also look at Scoot just working out in his freaking activewear. Those sunglasses, dude, like whoa. By the way, Scoot and Freckles are officially dating. I went over to resident services the other day and I saw Scoot singing Animal City to Freckles. She was sitting down watching him like it was a little concert. Like, wasn't that just so freaking cute? Isn't that just like the cutest thing you've ever seen? Like, if he wanted to, he would, ladies. And anyways, I wanted Scoot to be like the lifeguard, so I gave him a little lifeguard chair. I know it's so silly because the pool is so small. You can't even get in it. Well, I did see on Instagram someone did manage to get in the pool. You have to like plant a tree and do all this other stuff, and I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry, but I just think it's really funny. I also gave him a palm tree because tropical vibes, you know, swimming pool, summer vibes. I just love how his house turned out. I think this is my current favorite area of the island. I can't even lie. Like, I really, really like how Scoot's house turned out. I wasn't even planning on having Scoot on my island. I was originally thinking maybe Bam, but Scoot is bright green and my island is very green. Anyways, Scoot was home, so I decided to give you guys a little snippet of what the inside of his house looks like. And so was Kiki. I gave her like a little studio apartment type vibe. I think it turned out really cute too. I do miss the Kiki's delivery service theme, but this is still pretty up there with one of the better villager home renovations I've done. Also, I redecorated Dobie's house, also for the first time since the 2.0 update. I originally made Dobie's house like a bathhouse. It's almost a very similar vibe to Scoot's house now. So it's like, what can I change it into? And then I saw an island tour and this person made like a bakery and it was very like minimalist looking. And I was like, wait, this is low-key perfect for Dobie. I don't know. I wanted to make him have a tea house. So instead of a bakery, I made it a tea house. He still has a bunch of baked goods. I'll try and insert like a clip. Guys, I have re-recorded this video like, I think it's probably like the 5th time now. So my voice is strained, okay? Anyways, on to the last bit of the build. Like I mentioned before, I built like almost an extension of the post office. It's like a little loading dock. I put those rope fences down to like stop the truck. Do I think in real life that would be doing much to stop the truck from falling into the river accidentally? No, I don't think so. It's all for aesthetics, okay? Just pretend. So yeah, this area, not much to it. Just a bunch of boxes. Just a bunch of boxes and cardboard furniture. My shovel broke. I decorated another cushion to look like Nooka's on packaging. I absolutely love how that looks. I really freaking do love how that looks. And I wanted to use more fences, like the fence furniture item, because I used those in the park build. And I think I said in that video that I don't use the fence that often, but I do see a lot of people with normcore islands using them, and I have been inspired to use them by said normcore islands that I see so much of. I wanted to use those for the post office and the loading area just to make it seem like it all goes together. I don't know. I'm also planning, because of this post office build now, I'm planning on putting some more post boxes around the island. By the way, if you are interested in having those little post boxes, it's literally just a steel trash can customized with a downloadable design. Don't even stress about it. It's so easy to do. Also, speaking of custom designs, I try my best to put all the creator codes that I use in the description. I do sometimes forget to update that, so I do apologize in advance if I did forget to do that in any of my videos. I try and link the ones that I use the most of. I do have some that I downloaded that I haven't got linked, but that's just because I don't really use them. So I don't really see the point. We are about to get into the tour, so stick around for that, and I'll see you again soon. Also, by the way, if you are interested on my takes in the 3.0 update, I did upload a video last week talking about my thoughts and my theories about the 3.0 update and potentially a new game. Spoiler alert, I don't think there's gonna be a new game anytime soon. And I don't think I'm the only one that thinks that. I just know a lot of people were speculating this year. But yeah, I have a lot of like personal takes that I have thought long and hard about. Animal Crossing has been my special interest since I was like 5. So if you're interested in seeing my takes on that, go check that video out. I think it's gonna be in that corner. But yeah, let's get into the tour now. Okay, so we're gonna do a tour now of today's build. So if we cross the bridge, it leads to the post office. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it is so stinking cute. I love how green it is around here. But yeah, we just got some cute little lights and lots of boxes and paperwork. I really like the mailbox because it's actually a trash can, so it is functional. And of course we got another trash can right next to it, I guess, because that one's technically a mailbox. Okay, shut up. Down this way leads to our little loading area, sending all the mail out. Down here we don't talk about, this is not decorated. Up the path leads to Kiki and Scoot's house. So as you saw in the video, Scoot is a new addition to my island. Finally got rid of that bitch Annalise, so I'm very happy about this. And I have another ducky on my island too, so I'm even more happy. His pool just looks so nice and refreshing. Like, honestly, if this was real, I'd be here every day. If I was actually living on Hallow. And of course we got a lifeguard tower because always safety, yes. Also, I planted a coconut tree. I just think it's a great vibe for the pool. And of course over here we have Kiki's house. We have her little sitting area where she enjoys her little cup of coffee. Very simple. Also over here I gave her a little loaf of bread and a little pastry case because I didn't know what else to put there, if I'm being so honest. Also, something I didn't show in the video, I did kind of start on the next part of the neighborhood, but I decided to not include that in this video because I got stuck and I don't know how I want to decorate this yet, but just know there will be 2 houses here soon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the many builds I managed to get done today, let me know by leaving a like and commenting what your favorite part of the build was, and consider subscribing so that you can see my future builds. And I'll see you next time. Bye! I am breaking out like crazy right now. Please pretend that there is not a pimple patch in the middle of my forehead. Thanks.